Alright, we're live. Late night honey harvest on the ECP channel. Let's see if you people want to jump on here. Sifter's getting pretty full. I may have to slow this thing down a bit. I hope it stays up with. I got a little further. I can keep going, another inch. See if anybody jumps on. If it gets shared, anybody gets a notification. Surprise, surprise. Live. There's 2 people on there, looks like. Say hello so I can see who you are. It's the Saint. How you doing, my brother?
Surprise, surprise.
Late night honey harvest. You get to see it live right here. How you doing today? We're having some fun. Still harvesting honey. That sifter screen's getting pretty full. I might have to slow it down if it doesn't pick up some steam a little bit. There you go. How's that for a live stream shot? Good. Can you hear me okay? I hope you can. I'll let this thing keep going. I hope it starts straining faster. This 5-gallon bucket is over halfway full. I can always cut the valve off if I need to or restrict it. I'm going to stay here and watch it. I'm not going to let it overflow. 5 good. Well, 5 out of 5 good. I like it. Wonder who else is listening. Looks like there's a couple people in there. What have you been into tonight? Anything good? Did you have a good day today for a Saturday? I sold some honey this morning at the farmer's market. That did real well. Had my new summer honey. The summer honey went real well. There's Black Mass Pay Dirt, aka Jonathan's friend. My friend, everybody's friend. Jonathan friend. Good to see you, brother. I think my wife's back there in bed. I might need to not talk so loud. I might be waking her up. Hopefully she got the door shut good. Weather's great. Home chilling for the evening. There you go. Well, I'm chilling, but I'm chilling in front of a honey tank, which I think I might just turn down a little bit. See if I can slow it down a little bit. Getting pretty full. Oh, that one's getting full. I can always cut it back a little bit too. Cut it back a little bit. Let that sifter, that strainer, catch up a little bit. Got about, let's say, 2.5, 3 gallons of honey in there now. There's your little heart emojis there. It's been pretty warm here. It's been in low 90s, high 80s. Weather was good here today. Spent 9 till about 2:30 at the farmer's market selling honey. And then came back home and started uncapping more. I don't know if you're checking out any of the videos and the shorts I've made uncapping a lot of this honey. A lot of wax here coming off some of this comb. Very, very thick, viscous, wonderful honey today. Was in the hospital 4 days, a heart attack. Came to take it easy. Oh my goodness, Jonathan. Prayers are with you, my friend. Did you know you had a heart condition at all? Or did this jump up and surprise you? My prayers are with you, my friend. I'll keep you in my prayers. Hopefully you're sitting back and relaxing, watching this live stream, taking it easy. Bless your heart. Oh, man. I'm feeling for you, brother. You take it easy. You take it easy. That's crazy. Oh, bless your heart. was it a bad heart attack or a mild heart attack? If there's a variation, a lot of times I know there is. I'm glad you're still with us. So did they give you a heart surgery? You take it easy, my friend. Sit back and relax. Hopefully this will give you a little comfort. There's something soothing about watching honey pour into a bucket for some reason. Like the Heinz ketchup anticipation. See if anybody else is going to jump on here. We got one like. Y'all mash that like button if you don't care. That always helps let people know we're going live. That'd be great. Now I can't get it to go back to live stream. There it is. If the chat's going on there. Come on. Huh. I can't get it to go back to live stream. After I hit my like, I can't get it to go back to live chat. I may have to go out and come back in. There's 2 likes. I hit it once. Get a chance to hit that like button. Let people know we're here. And we're going live. There it is. Let me say something. Say something. There you go. There's a say something. No heart attack surgery. No, sir. Went through my leg to my heart. It was clear, but seeing that I had previously had a heart attack, so I guess this was my second one. Oh, did they clean any blockages out or anything, Jonathan? They do anything when they went up there and looked? So I tell you, take it easy and put you on blood thinners and relax some. So the first one must have been pretty mild then. They must have seen what, scar tissue from the one you'd had before possibly? Yeah, my prayers are with you, my friend. Did the saint leave, or is he still on here, you think? You might be. Maybe it's just me and you on here now. It says there's 2 people on. Unless Jonathan had to get off. Maybe a nurse came in and told him to get off his phone or something. Oh, brother. But yeah, we're just sitting here chilling, watching some honey run, letting the strainer catch up some to the spinner. I'm probably going to, after this batch, on my next one, change the strainer out. Let this drain off some. This one didn't have any damage, but I have a 197, 194, 134 blood pressure. First one, they said they could see the damage. Huh. Your blood pressure is way too high, that's for sure. That's way too high. That's in that heart attack stroke range. What they got your blood pressure at now? They got it down to a decent rate now. Hey, Daddy Paul, good to see you, brother. It's not showing many people up on the live stream. Jonathan's friend's on here, you're on here, and I'm on the other one. I think there'd be a few more. So, Jonathan friend, Black Mass Pay Dirts, is with us. Had a heart attack. First, I was 217 over 154. My goodness, son, you're lucky to be with us. Hopefully get that thing down. God bless you. Take it easy. Hopefully this watching the honey pour is soothing and lowering your blood pressure. You got it at 136 over 86 now. Oh, good. Thank goodness. Thank goodness, my friend. Now you make me feel better. I want to open this valve back up, son. Look at that. There it comes. Comes the log brush. Just broke the log jam, Daddy Paul, Jonathan. Golden, dark, Summer honey. Some of this was actually spring honey I just uncapped. It's a little bit lighter than what it's been. 4 different heart meds now, I bet. Lucky to be here for sure. God bless that you've been here. Thank the Lord above. Oh man. How old are you now, Jonathan? Makes me want to get some weight off of me and get myself in better shape. Dang, some honeycomb's really good right now. Well, you get back to it and back home and we'll get you fixed up. You're 33. Wow, that's way too early for you. I'll be 58 this year in November. It just tells me I need to realize how lucky I've been so far. I need to get this weight off of me, get my blood pressure down. Were you taking any blood pressure medicines before? Look at that honey drip. It's filling that screener back up again pretty fast. I turned it down a little bit and let you guys see it in action. It'll come back over here. So this is a Hilco, made in USA. God bless America, right? Now watch, I'm gonna turn it down. You can see it slowed. So that's it. That's 50%. This is like 20% right there moving. There, stop. So it's spinning the honeycomb off. Let you see some of them. Spinning the honey out of them. Better on some frames than others. So here we're going to go, we'll tell you the speed. So this is the, look at this digit. This is showing the hertz it's running. So it goes up to like 50. So 25 is half speed. So now there's half speed. You double that. There's 30, 32, 35, 40. So 40's right at 80%. If you go all the way up, there's full tilt. 49.9, it's actually, should be 50. You can hardly even see that thing. If you look down in here, see the honey slinging against the side. You see that, looks like it's shining. It's slinging the honey. Maybe I'll smell like it just smells. Slinging the honey right up against the centrifuge, the center against the frame. Quiet, quality made in America. Hilco spinner, HilcoBees.com. Crazy. See if I can get this back down in the chair so you can see it again. There you go. How about that? See what everybody's saying in the chat while I was doing that. Oh, nice. Happy. Almost birthday. No, sir. Wasn't no meds till 2 weeks ago. Parents, the meds wasn't a high enough dose to do anything. Dang, look at that. Yep. Oh yeah, it spins. There was air blowing. It'll blow my hair. It's moving so fast. You're 2 feet away. You feel the wind coming off of it. Daddy Paul, you still with us, brother? Anybody else on here? Speak up. It's honey night. Got some more highs to pull tomorrow. Hopefully the last 2. I'll probably pull 3 to 5 supers maybe tomorrow. Yeah, it is a lot of nice looking honey, isn't it? And that strainer's plumb almost full. I think it's pouring slow enough to keep up with it though now. But I'm standing here because I don't need an overload or a spill. I can always shut it off. Gary Wilson, that brother. There's my brother-in-law, guys. That's Mrs. ECP's brother. I'm going to have to come over and get you a bottle of honey, brother. I need to go out and get some eggs tomorrow, I know that. I haven't collected eggs for a few days out there. I've been too busy doing the honey. Yeah, so we're just relaxing. Uncle Gary, that's what we call him, Uncle Gary. Watching the honey. Your sister is in the bed, past her bedtime. I thought I'd do some live stream honey extraction. Some of that golden goodness. We have gone, here this is about 60 gallons now. And we still aren't done. Got 4 more frames in there. That's probably at least another gallon. And maybe 2. And then they're big heavy frames. And they're medium frames. And then I've got to see what left on the other hives out there tomorrow. Might check some of my younger hives. It's too dang hot in California. Our egg production is about half as normal because of it. Oh, I bet. Fixing to get in the hot tub myself. Oh, that sounds good. Man, it is an enormous amount of work. I've got a little bit of honeycomb. I've got more to pull tomorrow. I might be able to get you, Jonathan, a jar with some honeycomb in it with the honey. Just have to wait and see. I have 2 good frames that came out so far. Other ones were kind of shoddy. I don't know how much honeycomb I'll have, but I'll see about getting you some, at least maybe in a 1 pound jar. At least some chunk honeycomb. I think a lot of it's going to be chunk comb this year versus big wide big strips of it. I'll let you know what I find out. It's in the freezer now. I've got to freeze it for at least 24 hours. I think we're going to 48 or maybe 3 days in the deep freeze. So we'll see how it goes. I'll let you know. But the comb honey, it's kind of expensive because there's so much work to it. Not many people do it anymore. It is definitely a labor of love. And it is a lot of work. I'm ready to go over to Uncle Gary's and hit that hot tub with him. Whew, it sounds good right now. Yeah, I did good at the market today. I think we sold about $400 in honey. It's been averaging about that, $300-400 each Saturday, and so we've been happy. A lot of people are really glad for me to be out there with it. Yeah, I'll let you know. Listen, we'll take care of you. Get back home and get back healthy, present. We'll get you hooked up. Biggest thing's the shipping. Oh, listen, there's so much to do that Sis doesn't even know about. It's not even funny. Trust me. My best advice to you is get you a few chickens if you want, and a little chicken house out there, that you can put in the backyard, coop, whatever. But as far as the bees, man, there's so much to it. Everybody thinks it's easy. It is. To do it right, and listen, otherwise it's just an aggravation. It is. Listen, buy honey. That's all I tell you. People say, you want to get into bees? Buy honey. It's great that people are getting into it, but they have no idea what they're getting into. I didn't. And if I knew ahead of time, I probably wouldn't have done it, honestly. But now it's like I let the horse out of the barn. COVID's what's caused this. I had nothing to do. Thank God now I'm at least where I'm at now with it. Shift change, my friend. I'll be back. Oh, I got you with the nurses. You take care, brother. Keep me in our prayers. Listen, you can start with 2 if you start. 6 is crazy. Oh, 6 chickens maybe would be a good idea, yeah. Get you one of those Tractor Supply chicken coops, and 4 to 6 hens is plenty. Get the right hens. Yeah, hens. 4 to 6 hens is plenty. Just get you big enough chicken coops so they don't feel like they're too crowded, They'll probably tell you how many for the size hive you have, but you need to keep it covered because all the varmints out there that get after stuff. Rhode Island Reds would be good. If you can get the sex links, black sex links, red sex links, some of them call them comets. Comets are really good. Rhode Island Reds are really good. Black Australips. If you get them and they got chicks at one of the feed stores, call me while you're there or FaceTime me, and I'll tell you which ones you want to get. But there's some good birds. Or you can go to Lucasville and buy them already laid. If you get me to go with you, we'll pick out some young birds. I can pick up to you if they're actually there. That Texas beekeeper. Hey brother, how you doing? Good to see another bee brother on here. We're doing some late night East Coast, almost 11 p.m. Still extracting honey. We passed 60 gallons, we believe. I know I've got 55 in bottles, and we've got probably 3.5 gallons in this bucket so far, and more in the uncappings tank and more in the bottling tank. So pretty sure. Yeah, so Gary Wilson there, Tex. That's my brother-in-law just jumped on. We've been talking chickens too. He's going to get him a half a dozen chickens in the backyard, a little chicken coop back there. So we're just relaxing and chilling. If you guys got a second, hit that like button and let other people know we're here live streaming. The more likes we get, the more it sends that notification out. It always helps a bunch. The more people mash the like button, even if you come in for a little while and back out, lets people know we're going live. Yeah, if you get the right birds and you get 4 to 6 eggs a day, you're in the money. Depending on how many eggs but you and your wife, that should be plenty. That should give you a lot of eggs. There's that little heart symbol. There you go. And mash that thumbs up button if you don't care. Hit that like button. Makes a big difference. Smash that like. That just lets everybody know we're on the live stream. Get more people in here to chat with. I'm getting a little bit parched, so I want to give me something to drink here. I guess I'm not on the screen. I can move around a little bit. Oh, see what's in the fridge since I'm in the kitchen. Something to drink. Got some Gatorade. A little bit dehydrated, sitting at the farmer's market today anyways. Oh, I love this cool blue Gatorade. It's got really good flavor to it. Let's see who else is on here. Electrolytes I definitely need. You're right about that. Sitting at the sun, it's 92 degrees. I was in the shade though and selling honey though, but it's still hot. And the worst part is getting up and down. You're sitting in that chair, relaxing. Just after you talk to somebody, sell a couple bottles of honey, then you got to get back up and answer all kinds of questions again, and cross the fingers they're going to buy some honey and sit back down again. It's a lot of up and down. That's a heck on my back. I have to move my chair right up beside the table and sit there and talk, sitting in my chair and say, hey, I don't mean to be lazy, but I'm up and down so much. Been lifting boxes the last few days, extracting honey and capping honey. It weighs thin on an old man's back real quick. I just took ibuprofen. Try and knock it down a bit. So have you harvested honey yet, Texas beekeeper? Have you pulled your honey yet? I seen Mike Berry today pulling in Louisiana this week. If I hear you. We haven't bottled ours yet. Should be bottling tomorrow and hitting the market next weekend. I'm not looking forward to staying in the heat. That's the truth. Our market's open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And I usually leave around 1 or 1:30 when it starts getting pretty warm. And I'm not down in Texas, of course. I'm sure it's hot there in the morning. But it'll usually start out about 70 and get up to about 90, 92. By the time it starts hitting in the mid 80s, that's usually when I'm heading out. Today I stayed till 2:30. And that's only because people came in there late buying honey. But I usually sneak out of there a bit. You harvested 688 pounds, just haven't bottled yet. So, and then how many pounds is to the gallon? So many gallons is that? I'm trying to think. Because I'm trying to think of how many pounds. I forgot how many pounds again. Is it 12 pounds to a gallon? I think it's 12, isn't it? Let's do the math. 688 divided by 12. Let's see what I can do. 688 divided by 12 equals 57 gallons. Is that right? I think that's right. Yeah, 12 pounds per gallon. Yeah, so I was coming out, 57.33 gallons. So if we did mine, I'm over 60. So 60 times 12 equals 720 pounds so far. It's still pulling, is what we're at. So we're about 720 pounds right now. So we're doing about the same then, it sounds like. Yeah, it's a lot of liquid gold, isn't it? Yeah, so we're right now, I got 55 gallons in containers. And our honey up here doesn't hardly crystallize. If it's kept in a container and then the air's not getting to it, I've got some honey 3-4 years old that 4 years old just starting to crystallize a little bit. The tulip poplar doesn't hardly crystallize. We get it in for the summer, and the autumn olive here and the honey locust does not seem to crystallize. So we've done real well thus far. And we can bottle it. A lot of guys have to keep it in tanks and be able to re-warm it up, and we don't have to go through that here, thank goodness. It depends on what kind of nectar they work, but we don't get the crystallization eventually happens. But if it's in a container, I'm telling you, 3-4 years shelf life before it even thinks about crystallizing up here. And that's the truth. We had several nice frames that had good honey on one side and the other, and lots of brood on the other. So I didn't pull those. I could go back and pull them, but I don't want to clean and quick play. I hear you. So I did the same thing. So anything that had brood on, because I don't run queen excluders that had brood up in it, I left for them, and that gives them some extra honey. So out of the 18 hives I have, I think I've probably got like 11 production hives, I think, and then probably 7 that are in 2 double deeps now that were nukes in the spring that will be production hives next year. So I think there's 18 out there, and then I'll be doing some splits here after this is over with. But right now I do the same thing, and I don't fool with the queen excluders. If they get up, because I run double deeps into the first medium, I'll take the outside frames and what little bits you might get up in the middle of that, I just leave it for them. I do the same thing. And sometimes, like you said, it's just one side or whatever. I just let them keep that. I mean, we're going through a dearth here for 6 to 8 weeks. We don't get flow till like the middle of September. So you got, right now, after we're still got the white clover blooming here. In about a week or so, that'll be gone, and then we'll go into a dearth for almost 8 weeks. And that just gives them extra, and less I got to feed back as I keep my eye on them. And then I go through my my treatments and stuff too. But I can pull them, I can freeze them. I can throw a queen excluder on, let them drop down and get it later, if I wanted to do that in 3 weeks. Wouldn't really be able to backfill, but they'd be cleaned out if I put a queen excluder on. I mean, but then I got to get all this equipment back out again. So I say the bees are going to get it, Some of it may go in the freezer. May let it hatch out. They'll start dropping down. Queen will start slowing down some. She won't be up as high. So we should be in good shape. Yeah, nobody likes to queen it twice. I do it twice. I do a spring pool. I did 20 some gallons in the spring. And now we're like, going over 40 gallons for the summer, double that. And that's about what I normally do. But I've got 2 more hives to pull tomorrow that are production hives. So in 2020, it was so bad, I was pulling frames that had 1/4 of the honey on the frames. Very bad years. Oh, I'll tell you what. Hey, see you, Gary. Enjoy that hot tub, brother. That's nice. I bought some from a local guy that crystallized quickly. Yep. Debonair, Dylan, when you get it here, the nectar they work here really doesn't crystallize fast at all. So it's good to know that. I know the guys down south that have the tallow honey, they're shocked when they hear that I bottle it right away because of the crystallization. It's like, it doesn't crystallize. Because the tallow honey, you get it, put it in a bottle, and a few months later, some of it's already crystallized. It does it pretty quick. Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you, I seen Mike Berry. I think he's maybe down 50 or 60% maybe. He got a little better than he thought he was going to get, but he said some people are down where they got that late freeze on the tallow down 75% of what they normally get. That's tough. That's a tough year. I'm going to turn this thing on reverse here, guys. Let's spin a little bit more the other direction. Get the last little few drops on this thing going. So this is the new Hilco Enduro 6-frame radial. I do like it. I had to get in my comfort zone with it, I'll be honest with you. At first it's got a little bit of a learning curve, but once I figured it out, I'm in love with it now. It does a good job. We're at 50 megahertz or hertz, whatever, gigawatts, whatever it's doing. I feel like the guy from Back to the Future. But it's still draining. What a relaxing thing to look at. Honey just dripping into a big giant thing. We're at well over 3 gallons on that tank right now. It's up to here, way up into there. You can probably see the dark rim there. I was just looking at the Hilco extractors today. I'll tell you what, that's what I did with my honey cells from last year. I bought this. If you go to the Hive Life Conference in Tennessee in January, that is the best deals coming and going. You won't need it till next year anyways. But you get with John there at Hilco, and he runs some specials, and you can pick them up, which his shipping's not bad at all anyways. Some of the stuff I think sometimes free shipping, but just check with him. I got mine at the Hive Life Conference, brought it back home. That conference, it's like $150 for a ticket, I think, with the last 2 years. I didn't go the first year because of COVID, but I'm telling you, listen how quiet that is. And it's quiet as a mouse, and there's no big shake or anything with it. But there's a couple little tricks, and you make sure the frame's seated right and back in the right position. Make sure you balance your frames out. If you've got some light frames, put a light frame across from it. If this is a 6-frame radial, big enough for my operation, running about 20 hives. And this year, I'm only got like 12 that are production hives. But I can go to 20 production hives and still be able to handle it, no problem. But I'm pretty happy with it for the money. Made in America, engineered and assembled in America, everything done here. It's a nice piece of equipment. The motors are quiet. Great, best warranties in the industry. By far and away the best warranties. So can't beat that. But the deals, Hive Life Conference, buying your global pollen patties with rocket flugel, Hive Life fondant patties to use, so you don't have to use sugar water in the spring. You don't get that sugar water mixed up into your honey. I think it's a good deal. What are you doing for uncapping? That has been the biggest bottleneck for me looking at upgrading. All right, I'm going to be doing the same thing too. So my uncapping tank, I don't think it's a bottleneck for me as much as it is the waiting to get all the honey drained out of it. I've got the Man Lake. Here, I'll show it to you. And it's a handful. It's not. I need 2 of these. I'm using the same one you see Jerome B Farms, what his name, Darren uses. I think he does 2 of them though. He's bigger than me, but I should have done 2 of these. So I'm still doing the hill cut. I mean, doing the Man Lake bottling tank. Also on the other side, and you can see this thing is 2/3 of the way full, draining all those cappings. So I just keep chopping it up like you see Mike Berry do, and it keeps coming down. But that's what I do for bottling tank. I definitely will be probably my next piece of equipment. And then I did buy John at Hilco's the 5-gallon bottling tank and that new dripless valve. I think that was all together like $150 or something like that. I'm real happy with that. So that's my little operation right there. Yeah, I got the Hive Butler. I really like it. I've got the Hive Butler, and I pull frames, like you said, with those frames that have them in the thing. So there's the Hive Butler. There's some more to pull. These are already all pulled there. I'm at the end, and I got to pull some more tomorrow. I pulled 18 supers, but I like the Hive Butler a lot. It's expensive though. It's gone up in price since I bought mine like 3 years ago when they first came out with it. But yeah, so are you using a Hive Butler as your encapping tank? See, this one's Man Lake. Yeah. But I just do them right there, and it works. I don't think I got a bottleneck with it as much as waiting until the honey drains all out of it. My wife doesn't like it. Oh, I didn't know that. So the Hive Butler makes an uncapping tank too. I didn't know that. So you taught me something. I'll have to go online and look at that, because I'm either going to buy another uncapping tank, or I was thinking about getting a stainless steel one, those big long ones that I can hang the frames in. That's what I want to do next. But I think this fall, my wife and I are going to talk about it. We're going to see what the honey soda. I think we're going to maybe buy one of these Amish buildings out here and make a honey house and put it on the farm, so we get this away from the house. Now that Man Lake version, I don't think it was that much, but I bought it, 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know what they're at right now, but I don't think I paid that much for the Man Lake one, to be honest with you. I'll see if that's close enough. Let's see. There we go. I don't think we got sheets here everywhere. If we get honey, it gets on the sheets to wash. Let me read what all you got here. I'm reading off my phone. Yeah, the slotted bottom where it lets it drain without having to tilt it is fantastic. Yep, that's what I'm doing with mine. I keep buying my equipment as my sideline grows. I actually call myself from hobby to sideliner this year. I think it's changed. I think now that up to 20 hives, I think it's became more of a sideline. I don't see it as a hobby anymore. I think when you got 8 or 10 hives, it's a hobby. I think when you've gone to 20, you're looking at, you're being more of a sideliner. But I do like John and he'll coat his stuff. And that slanted bottom is nice. I got another extractor. I think it's like a Vivo or one of the Chinese versions. It did a good job. It was a 3-framer, and I was transgenital where I had to flip them. This was nice. It's radial. I just don't like the fact that it's all that honey all over the top bar on the frames. But I guess that's true for any of them that way. Let's see what else you're seeing. Let's see. Look at the uncapping. Wish I would also got a high Butler. Man Lake one works too. Yep. I'm gonna have to check out their uncapping tank. I think it's like 200, so a little more than the Man Lake version. It's like how it has frame slots set in there. Yeah, this does. I can set like 3 of these diagonally in the Man Lake one. I do that, and then I put them in, and it does like half of this since this is a 6-frame spinner. 175 for Man Lake. Now I think when I bought mine, it was probably 100, 100 and a quarter. Probably 100, 100 and a quarter. I think it's went up in price. Everything's gone up in price. Yeah, so that's what I did till last year. Then used honey money, that's what me and my wife call it, to buy these. Yeah, John and Hilco, he'll hook you up. But did you go to the Hive Life Conference any time the last 3 years in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee? I think it's became the biggest conference in the nation now, I believe. But it's worth the tickets to just go to that, just to get the deals they have from Hive of Life and Global Pollen Patties and Hilco and Man Lake and all the different distributors. They start competing against each other, and they all have different prices and discounts. And I've pre-ordered stuff, wax dip boxes. I get everything about. I bought like 100 pounds of pollen patties in there and stuff. It's crazy. I still ended up buying more again. Still didn't buy enough. It's amazing how your nukes, those global pollen patties, son, they gobble them up. They eat those so much more than any other pollen patty I've tried. It's unheard of. And it's got that rocket fuel that Ian Stepler and that one guy who dealt with that bioscience guy. But that stuff's the real deal. And it's inexpensive, a lot less expensive. You can buy it for like $20, $21, $22 a box for 10 pounds. So it's like half the price. So you can't beat that either. You've got to pre-order it there. You didn't go up to go to the next one. Not positive I'll be able to get off work for it. Well, you got to plan ahead because he'll probably pretty soon start selling tickets, and he sells out. And me and the wife went, but it's a nice trip. But it's in early January. They're usually first or second week in January. But it's nice. The weather sometimes. The second year we got some snow on the way down, and I didn't get there the first day because we had a little bit of a semi-blizzard come through, which was unusual for us. But I had trouble getting there. I missed the first half. I'm lazy, so listen on my phone. Wild Japan and Run Room, and on my laptop and another, Debonair Dillon's other account. Oh, I got you. Are you in Japan right now, Dylan? Are you back in the States? He's a man of many things. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I highly recommend that Hive Life Conference. So we really had a good time. Me and my wife went to. She didn't go the first year because one of my grandkids was being born. She went last year and we really had a good time together. There's a lot for the ladies to do too. You can probably talk to your wife. All the shopping that's there and stuff. Shopping for beekeepers at the Hive Life Conference and shopping for your wife outside of that. She can drop you off and come back and pick you up. Some great speakers. We don't buy the food package because there's too much good food and lunch places to get away from the conference a little bit. So I just buy the tickets. I wouldn't want to eat convention food when I know that there's so many wonderful places 2 to 3, 5 minutes away to eat. It's great. I'm in Japan. I was back in the U.S. for January and March. Gotcha, brother. And so what's going on over in Japan? Anything interesting? Kind of curious. Wonder what the news is like. Do you get some English news channels over there? Or are you fluent speaking in Japanese? He's a debonair guy. Debonair Dylan. I think these frames are probably ready to flip. I think it's time to start doing some uncapping. We have to move around here. Y'all can watch. I think I've got 5 frames left, so I have a big question. I'm going to have an out of balance spinner because I have a 6-frame spinner, and I'm going to have 5 frames to spin. This is not going to be fun. Not sure it's going to be good. Not sure this is going to work out real well. So guys, I'm going to be off the chat here for a minute. Let me take a look here and see what we got going on. Oh, that's a lot of spinning. I'll let it go. I like getting all that honey off there though. There's the mediums. You guys can see that. Pretty well spun out. Here's one of the ones that didn't have any honey on one side, but honey on that side. Take these over here in the other room. I'll move this around where you guys can watch me uncap also. Get these out of here. These are all pretty empty. You can see them there. Oh. Be right back. Making room to put these empties. I'm gonna wash my hands on. Uncap some in front of you here. I'm gonna have to leave a heavy frame in here though. Take this one. Yeah, that's probably as heavy as any of them, I guess. Gonna leave a frame in here. So I got 5 left out of this box until I go to the farm and get more. Oh, that one might be heavier. Yeah, I think this one feels heavier, so I'll leave it in there. Heavier with wax. So we'll leave one of those in there. Let me wash my hands here and I'll move the camera around so you can watch me uncap. This stuff, once this honey cooled down in the house to 70 degrees, it's not been easy to uncap. It's so thick. And the dehumidifier I have running in the house has dried the honey out a lot too. So let's see where we can put this. Let's see, maybe I can set it on the spinner. Will it do that? Maybe I can mix it in there. See if I can get it to slide in there. See what that looks like. Can you all see that? What do you think? Let's see how that looks on my screen. Here we go. So now we'll see you uncap here a little bit. Just apologize for stepping in front of the screen. So, here we go. Uncapping live. A couple different bread knives. I like my Farberware the best. Should have cleaned them, they're really sticky. So we get up here at the top. I just like to use the little bread knife, do a sawing action to uncap. Get about halfway down. You can see how thick this stuff is. So we're trying to lean forward. This one's not real fat. It's not sticking out from the frame a lot. The honey's so thick. And this extra crazy comb on the side of the frame, this bridge comb, is making it tough to uncap. I almost should have scraped that off before I even came in here with it. So there we go. It's just so thick. Now when it was hot, it was a lot easier to run all the way down it. When it's cooled down, it's harder to uncap once it's cooled down. And the wax is just so thick on it. And this part that doesn't have honey in it, usually just tears the comb. See, it's just tearing it out. That's alright, the bees can fix it. Still going, but it's really thick. That's why I'm having to run the spinner so daggone long. And that's mainly because I'm sitting here in 70 degrees temperatures. And then what I do is anything that it misses, I just take the uncapping fork, scratch it up here at the top a little bit, a couple cells there. Not much else there. A little bit down the side here to uncap. If you can see that, a little bit again on top. My ends were harder away, and then I'll put that. Oh, I can't put it in the spinner. I got my cameras hanging up on the spinner. But we'll set this one right here, and we'll do another one. So I'll do a few of them like that, and I'll have to move back to the chair. There's a couple cells I need to uncap. So let's get that honey off of there. If I clean that knife, it'd probably work a little better. Let me clean this knife for a minute. Some hot water on it. Hot, clean knife. Heat it up a little bit in the hot water. It'll go through it better too. Get some of this honey off that's sticking on it. It'll start going through it a lot better. Honey and wax is starting to set up on it. Plain knife makes it a lot easier. Like that, where it's set so long, somebody would set up on there. Again, apologize for the dead time. Hopefully you can hear me though. So that's what I do is I set those frames up in there like that. Take my steel wool here a little bit. Give it a little cleaning. There we go. My wife did a good job cleaning these this morning. I gummed them back up. So people ask me, what kind of bread knife do you use? Well, this is a Faberware bread knife. You can see it. I just like that. It's got like different edges on it. It does a good sawing action. So we'll lay that right there. Come back with another frame. So that's a beautiful frame there. There you go. So let's get up here on the top. Bet you it saws better now. Whoop, that frame just dropped down in there. First time that's happened. Actually, it wasn't hurting anything, so I don't know if it's a big deal. Probably where I'm sawing. So yeah, it's sawing better since I cleaned that knife off. Thick, thick honey. I should have left that frame where I had it. Let it sit up right there. Probably going to have to move it there now. There's one side. I'll spin it there. Try the other side. Again, really thick honey. Look at it just stick on the knife. Just where the honey's not and the capping's where it's dry comb right there. It just kind of tears it out because it's dried out. Just really dry, viscous honey. But you know, I had some uncapped. It still measured well. I still ran my dehydrator. I probably dehydrated it too much, but I'd rather have less moisture than more, you know. So we'll set that one right in there and go get a second one. Let's see if we can make it to where it, there it is. It's going to touch one another. Let's grab another one. I may have to move this back around because I'm about to start putting these in the frame here in a minute. Again, sorry guys, I can't see the chat right now. If you're saying anything to me. After this one, I'll stop and get on back on the chat. We'll go back to the honey extractor pour. I think I'll have to do the cappings fork on this one. It's getting real shallow here. So we'll just uncap that this way. Man, that honey's dry. Just scratch the tops off of it. I usually don't like doing this because it plugs up the strainer quicker too, but this is pretty shallow. I can't hardly get the bread knife to grab the tops there. We'll just scratch the tops off of this. This is that dark summer honey. Got some tulip poplar in here. It looks like this is a black foundation, so it makes it look darker. This actually might be light honey. Let's see if we can use a bread knife on this part. Let's see if it'll grab that. There we go. This one's sticking up a little better. Still tearing that lower comb up. It doesn't have honey in it. That's where it's so dry. That's the only thing about dehydrating. The dehumidifier takes that existing wax and your knife, if it's touching it, just kind of cuts it off. Just kind of tears it. But, all right, I'm going to move this because I have those uncapped now. And I want to wash my hands and move the camera. I'll check the check. And we can put it up where you can see me putting them in the spinner. Everybody's still hanging in here or not. Probably getting the sound of that motor there too. Let's see. Let's go back to this. Okay, back to the honey pour. Let's see what everybody else is doing here. Oh, excuse me. All right. It's a longer live stream than I thought I was going to go. Let's see what everybody's saying here now. All right, let me check back. It can make it easier. I've got a heated knife. I don't like it. It does more damage than good for me. Hey, Allie Carroll, good to see you. Long time no see, my friend. Go back here and read this. Okay. Been doing a lot of fishing recently. Japanese news does not cover much international news, but I'll listen to the U.S. news sometimes. Texas beekeeper, just take it real slow at first and put an empty frame in the extra slot. That's what I did. So let you crank it up. Yep, that's exactly what I do. And slow, yeah, because it'll shake the world apart if you don't. Yep, I agree. So anyways, I do have a hot knife, and I don't like it. It's not a bad one or anything, it's just that it does a lot of damage. What do you do with the beeswax after you get that honey? So I take that beeswax, there's a lot of it, and I'll drain all the honey I can out of it. Then I let the bees clean it up last. I want to put it in like flip up a inner cover, a telescoping cover upside down, put a couple inches of the wax cappings, let the bees clean it all out, and then take the wax and I'll put it in a bucket, and then I'll melt it later on into a block, and I use it to re-wax frames. And I do make some candles with it too. Yeah, beeswax candles, you got it. Yep, see, the same thing Texas Beekeeper does, use it for foundations, the frames, make lip balms and candles, etc. I haven't made lip balms yet. Wife's talked about that. But I've done the candles, and I've got some of those actually up there on the shelf. I can get one down and show it to you if you want. They do smell good. Is the color difference caused by the type of? It's actually the color difference you're looking at is the plastic foundation. There's yellow foundation, and that last one I did was black foundation, so it made it look different colored. So yeah, the honey's still the same color. It was the foundation underneath it. I do not sell the beeswax. Yeah, and it can be the different nectars make different colored honey, but in this case, what you saw was the yellow plastic foundation. It looks like the yellower colored honey, and there's a black foundation. Even though it's the same colored honey, it's turning that way. So let me put these 3 frames in the spinner. Let me see if I can prop you all up to see if we put them in there. Let's see. Let's see what it lets me do here. Yeah, if I get my finger or thumb out of the way, right? There you go. Oh, let's get ready to make a mess right here. I'll try and show you the inside of this too, so you can see the heel coat, how it does, and how it fits in that slot. There's one slot. Get some of this honey off of here before it makes a mess. My wife's going to want me to wipe that up. See, I want to wipe a little bit clean here, guys. I was sitting that on that side, I made a little bit of a mess. Honey waits for no man or woman, it just keeps dripping. It's nice you guys to hang in here. Ollie, Texas beekeeper. Texas beekeeper, I'm Chris, by the way. I don't mind telling you my name. Everybody calls me ECP, but they also know my real name too on most of them that watch my channel routinely. If you come to the Hive Life Conference, maybe we'll do a honey swap. And I can bring you a 1 pound jar of my honey and swap you for a 1 pound jar of yours. We can try each other's honey out without having to pay the shipping. So if you go, let me go or let me know, and we can do a honey swap together, because they do that down there. I got some honey from Mike Berry last time down there. I got some from Joey Rawls, Joseph Rawls, some great guys. I think the camaraderie is one of the great things about that Hive Life Conference, because there's so many people on YouTube too, which makes it nice. You get to know Dirt Rooster. He's a great guy. Jeff Horfach, Yappy B-Man. All those guys are down there. And they're just phenomenal guys. A lot bigger channels than my Mickey Mouse channel. But, you know, they're all real down to earth. Great people. I have a great time. Cayman Reynolds. You know, those guys are just real world people. Fantastic people. Here we go. The only thing with this thing is it really's got to sit down in this slot and back it in there. And if you don't, it makes the balance even worse if that thing's not set in there correctly. So, let's see what we got this one here. Oh, big gob don't come off on me. I guess it's in the tank now. So I'm going to uncap some more while you guys are still watching that, because I got 2 more to put in there. I'm not going to move the camera. So I'm going to uncap that one on both sides. And we'll spin that one out. At least this one's uncapping a lot quicker and easier. It's amazing how some frames are harder to uncap than others. It's a lot of times it's that bridge comb between the 2 frames makes it hard to cut off, because it stops your knife, because that comb gets really hard. This doesn't have the bridge comb on this side, which is good. This is my last ones for the night. I can let these spin and relax. Maybe find something else cold to drink. I know I'm still dehydrated. Ugh. Now see, this has got some of the bridge comb on there, so it'll be a little bit tougher to uncap. Yep, I'm going to have to use the fork on this one some. It's shallow. This one's shallow. So we'll get it off. We can, man, this honey's thick though. Whew. It's thick. We have to let it run so long. Get all that golden goodness out of there. I need to turn the heat up in the house. Wife will shoot me. It needs to be turned up. Okay. Whoop, there went a big gob on the floor. Where'd that gob? Oh, I see it. It's by the leg. You don't have to grab it. Let me grab one more frame. Last one. Till tomorrow's pulled. Last frame in the house. Y'all can see that. One more. Hope this one's quick. That side is pretty quick. Can't complain about that one. That's a lot of comb. Oh. That one's going to get the fork. I think I'm going to change my strainer out though, because I got a lot of wax that's going to be coming off some of these frames where I've had to scratch it so much. I think I'm going to change my spinner, my extractor out. Or I should say my strainer out. Okay. One more frame. Yeah, this thing's not going to be balanced real well. I'll tell you that right now. I probably should take one of these heavier frames. I think I'm going to, and replace it over here on this other side with one of these lighter frames. Yep, gotta balance these things out a lot of times as much as you can. It's already going to be bad with that empty frame. The last thing I need to do is have a lighter frames with that one. So we put a heavier one by it. I'm gonna wash my hands here. We're probably gonna have a rock and roll party here. Start her slow, just like Texas Beekeeper said. Get some of that honey slung off of it. It's so thick honey, it's gonna take a while. So we're gonna go slow and easy. Oh, wait a second. I want to change that strainer out. Close this off. That's a lot of honey. You know what? I think I'm gonna leave it in that metal one because there's so much in there. I'm gonna leave it in this one. I'll move this out of the way. Damn, it's heavy. We're gonna go here to this one. This big steel pot. It'll handle all that. We'll put that in the captain's tank. I want to keep this up here. Just about in the center. Slow go. Here we go. Okay. We're at 20. There's 50% right there. Starts wobbling, I'm going to back it down. That's at 30. It goes to 50. I'm going to let it run something like that. We don't need the rock and roll show going on. Oh! Let's see what we can do here. There we go. Back in the game. It'll take a while for that honey to start coming down. That's a clean strainer. I'm going to put this honey up in the bottling thing. Let's see what everybody's saying here. Saying low power mode on my thing here. Alright. Hey, Malcolm's Coins here. Good to see you, brother. I think I still got some Indian head scent that needs to go out to you. I didn't miss you the last auction or two. Let's see. I noticed this year with mine that the flow was so strong that the bees putting nectar over the pollen cells. Wow. And the honey that was over pollen was darker than what they put in my new cells. I believe that. For the honey over the pollen, imagine the pollen is what's darkening up the honey, stained it to speak of. Very well may be, and usually that pollen, some of it comes through in the honey, which is good and helps with your allergies, and a lot of it gets strained out if it's clumpy at all. I know it's been a while since I've seen your videos. I don't know why the people I sub to am not being notified. You might want to unsub and resub and turn on all notifications. That's what I've heard. That's YouTube. Good to see you, Malcolm. Daddy Paul is still in here. Saying hi to Malcolm. How much does a frame weigh? Depends on how much honey's in it. I've never weighed one. Sometimes a super box can weigh like 70, 80 pounds. So I guess, you can get 5, 7, 6 pounds out of one, 7, 8 pounds out of some of them. Would be a good guess. Full of honey. And sometimes if they're like real fat combs, sticks out and bulge, you can get them as heavy as you want. Just depends on how much honey they put in and how wide they make it. And what kind of system. You run 9 frames in a 10, they'll be fatter combs typically, and easier to uncap that way. But then those boxes are heavier, harder to lift too. Keep trying to get my 18-month-old to say, honey. She just points at the screen. That's funny. Keep it up. The text speaker, it really depends on how much they draw. That's right. And fill out of Carol. I think a medium frame weighs around 4 to 5 pounds. A deep weighs around 7. Yeah, and it depends, like you said, if you only run like 7 in an 8 frame and 9 in a 10 frame, and they make that big bulging thick frames, you're running mediums, they can get pretty daggone heavy. But I think that's a good guess, 4 to 5. That spinning is pretty cool. Good. Yeah, it does. It's a nice one. The speed I'm already at. Yeah, exactly. But it's great to see you guys in here. I'm having fun. This takes it from a boring evening to somewhere I'm getting to chit chat with my friends. So check this out. There's that 55 gallons of honey. So guess where I'm getting ready to put that? It's not 55, 5 gallons. There's probably 3.5, 3.5 gallons right there. Okay, I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna show you what goes on here. See the foam on the top? That's kind of a conversion like hydrogen peroxide. So this sets right up on here. Let me show it to you. Okay, so it sits right up in there, and my bottling tank is about empty. I say about. It's probably got, I don't know, maybe 2 gallons in it. It's really not that empty. I'm not going to probably be able to put all this in there. Someone has to watch it. So it's got another strainer in here. They actually got 2 more strainers in this bottling tank, and I don't use them all, both. I just use the first one because the second one will find I've already filtered it twice. So this is a 3rd filtration. If I leave the other screen in there, it's a 4th filtration. But I guess I don't put wax honey in this. So that second, even a strainer of any type is really just a double duty. Look how quick that's filling up. We just got to keep our eye on it there. We don't want to get too much. We're going to have to close it off. It's trying to come through that filter too. It's filling up quicker on that side than this side, as you can see. So you have to be careful, man. You can overfill a tank, you got a mess on your hands. And there's still quite a bit. And there's still 2.5 gallons in there. Maybe half a gallon's gone out. Look how thick that stuff is though. It's thick, and I got that thing wide open. Mrs. ECP will bottle in the morning. The air will settle out of this, so she won't have bubbles in the honey. But let me set this down because I'm gonna have my hands full. I don't want this thing to overfill, and it's going to if I don't shut it down. So hang on here. I'll put you back on the honey, on the honey pot or the extractor. I'll turn the extractor up a little bit. That can go for a minute there. So let's see if the extractor can go a little higher. We're at 30. Goes up to 50. There's 36. Just get a little light wobble there. Hopefully more of that honey will get spun out. But yeah, it does good. Big thing with this Hilco is making sure those frames are locked in the right position. It's a big part of it. And then just balance it out like you saw me do. Wow, this thing's really filling up. This thing's going to have a full 5 gallons in it before I'm done. I'll just have to shut it off here. When it gets too full, I just leave the tank up here. Put it under this one. Honey's just dripping everywhere around this place. Wow. My wife likes when this bottling tank is filled up all the way because it turns around and gets so much out. But it'll wait. As thick as that honey is, it's going to take a second for it to get down the bottom of that spinner. Let's see if we can turn it up a little bit. You guys are watching the Honey House live on the ECP channel. Let's go to 80%, which is 40. There's 40. So it's running at 80% now. It should be starting to sling it off good. Hardly any shake. And like I said, we got an empty frame in there. Great piece of equipment. The Enduro 6-frame radial. And then it's got this brackets in there too. You can run deeps also. So I got it set up for mediums. I didn't pull any deeps this year. Been letting the bees keep them. I run a double deep system. Here comes some honey. There's a big gob of wax. But this one should be fun this year. It's running 80% or 40 gigahertz, kilohertz, whatever it is, megahertz. Excuse me. Whatever that might be. Let me get back here and check this before I overfill my bottling tank. My wife strangles me. Wow, it's still going. It might all go in there, or most of it. It's filling up nice. Filling up very nice. I'll let you all see this. I'm playing with fire. What do you think there, Daddy Paul? You think I'm playing with fire? Still a little bit lower on the screen side, but not by much. Screen's balancing out pretty quick. Let's see if you think I can get that all in there. I'll keep my eye on it. The thing with it being thick, it's slow. And it's got the new, I bought the new dripless valve he made. They did a 3D printer and created it so it's part plastic and food grade steel and plastic. But that's something new they just came out with, and I think it was like $75. It was like half the price of any other of the dripless valves. Let's see if I can get that up a little bit higher for you. There we go. Let me see the floor. It should start draining out a little quicker here in a minute. I want to keep an eye on this bottling tank. I don't want to overfill it. I don't need my wife to strangle me. Nice thing with this is, this bottling tank, after I'm done filling it, it comes with a lid. Comes with a lid. So I put that on, it keeps anything from a bug or a fly, anything like that out of it. You can do it overnight. So it's really nice. I do like it. I like it bottling tank. I think the whole thing was maybe $150 or something with the $175. I have to remember to look, but you can look it up. It's got the dripless valve, and it does work better the fuller it is because it makes more pressure. So it's good to start with almost a full tank. And I have a little trick I've been using too to lock it in place with a little cake server. I'll show you that. Well, I won't get to show you the trick. Let me try and show you on a different video. If you need it, I'll show you. It makes it nice. I actually take this and wedge it in there till the bottle fills. I just kind of slide it in there with the handle so it doesn't come up. And it gets that bottle where it can just sit there and fill those big jars without you having to hold the handle down. Then when it gets close, I pull it out and finish off the bottle. Just try to make it as much hands-free as I can. This thing's really starting to wind down some now. I'm actually tilting this on my own now. I'm holding this thing up above it now and filling this thing up all the way. This is ECP's when I have her hands full. Definitely got 5 gallons in this tank. Man, it's some beautiful honey. I'm going to show it to you when I get done here. You're not going to believe how much is in this thing. It's nice having a bottling tank like this and not a bucket. I think this is the fullest I've ever had it. Positive it is. Alright, sorry for the down air. I'm just making sure this exit valve is turned off completely. Don't want any honey coming out of here on the wife under her table. Alright, sorry for the dead air time. Just got my hands full here. Doesn't appear anything's coming out of there. I'm gonna put the lid on it. Let me show you this first. Caught the air at the end. There we go. Just filled it up. So there's the Hilco bottling tank. Plumb full of honey. This is what I was tightening. This is where if you want to hook it up and you want to put where honey will run into the tank, you can. And then the neat thing is when you put this lid on, it's got latches. So it latches and locks down. So it keeps kids out, any kind of thing. So you're looking at it completely sealed. There's the ticket right there. There's the ticket. So let's turn this thing up to 100%. See if we can get some honey out of it. Let's turn her up to 100%. Let's see, I think we've balanced it out enough. All right. That also helps shake the honey out of the spinner too. I need to plug my phone in. Let me see what percentage I'm on. Let's see. Yes, better. I've tried that. Cool to know. I know it matters. Just and everything, but how many gallons of honey do you get frame after you spin them out? And it's just a variable, Allie. It's a sticky job. Somebody has to do it. I think almost I did. It was just perfect. A gallon weighs 12 pounds, so 5 pounds of frame. Take a little less than half a gallon. That's right. And just again, the frames, some of them are fatter than others. It really is. Now it's starting to come out a little bit. Let me plug this cell phone in. Hang on. I'm going to get my cell phone charger. It's getting ready to die. I probably need to plug in the iPad too. Get my chargers here for all my phones and iPads so we don't die. I think everything's getting low battery. I've been streaming for so long. Unplug the coffee pot. Well, maybe not. So here we go for this. Let's get the phone in first. I think it's a regular. Probably should have put the iPad in first. Here we go. Okay, iPad's got juice. Let's see if iPhone's got juice. There we go. A long phone. Well, that's starting to drain out now. There we go. I find this stuff fascinating. Let's see. Thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate you. I'm not leaving. Just telling everybody thank you. Who all's still in here? Speak up. Let's see who else is still hanging in with us. It says there's 5 people. It said looks like Daddy Paul, Texas Beekeeper, and Allie Carroll's still in. Anybody else? Just want to thank you for watching. I know it's late in the evening. We're having some fun. Hopefully we're going to do an auction next Thursday. Coin auction, that is. And we'll have some honey for sale. We'll have summer honey for the first time this year for sale. So don't miss that. Here it comes. It's coming now. Here comes that thick goodness. Look how thick that is. Tell me that's not crazy. I mean, that is thick. Tomorrow, when I pull those supers and they're hot, out there in a 97 degree temperature, I'm coming straight to extracting them while it's hot. I am not waiting. No way. I want to extract it as fast and as soon as I can. It's just crazy. That is some thick stuff. See, Allie's here, Daddy Paul's here. It's flowing now. Yeah, it's so thick. It's got, again, basically it's slung up on the side of that tank and then it has to slowly move down. Then it moves down to that conical. And then that's an angled conical, so it all runs to that valve. So it's actually not flat. So it's that's the one thing about a Hilco is that the conical shape puts that valve below it and it's angled to the front. So it's a really neat design. A lot of my other spinner didn't do that. You had to actually tilt the spinner to get it all out. But look at the bottom, how thick it is. Even it won't even hardly go through the screen. It's so thick. It'll take all evening for that to come down. And Mrs. ECP's got 5 gallons to bottle tomorrow. I'm really going to run out of containers again. I might be going to Dollar General buying pints tomorrow. I'm not really wanting to, but it very well may be happening. May very well be going there. I put supers on a bottom board without an entrance. Then I put on a lid on them. Then leave them outside until I'm ready to uncap them. Keeps the honey more fluid, or at least I told my wife about that, and we have a lot of bees in my neighborhood too. I told her, I said I could actually put it on a telescoping cover, flipped upside down, put it on, then put all the supers there. Texas Beekeeper, I think I need to do that exact same thing. I think I'll probably do that next year. And if I do the honey house, I won't have to worry about it. And I can keep it hotter in there. But I'm probably going to do the same thing and keep it hot and warm. I may even do that tomorrow. I might just set them on the front porch and bring some lids, like you said, and flip them and then put it on top. So I only have like 4 or 5 more supers to do. I think I will follow your advice on that one, my friend. Thank you for the tip. We talked about that today. It's so funny you said that. I told her, I said, maybe we should just keep them outside. So I could put that where bees can't get in there. That's the big thing is the robber bees smell the honey, then they're flying all around the boxes, even if they're sealed. And that's maybe I could put some honey bee gone on the outside of the boxes. And there's some honey bandits, so they don't want to get up around it and stuff. But they smell the honey. I mean, there'll be bees all over my porch. And she doesn't want that, I can tell you that. So that's why I brought them inside. So it did cross my mind. We've talked about that. I may try it tomorrow on a smaller scale. But remember, in the back porch, I've got them robbing out, cleaning up my wet supers. So you've got like 15 of those out, 15 or 16 of those out back right now. And the bees are cleaning up the wet supers to dry them out for me to be able to put them up in storage. So I've already got bees all around my house at the moment. But I will try that, at least a version of it. I'll let you know how it goes. And I want to make sure I subscribe to your channel. Let me do that while I'm thinking about it right now. Go to channel. Alright, brother, I'm subscribed now to you. Good deal. 1.32 thousand subscribers. There you go, 97 videos. I got some videos to watch now. I appreciate it, my friend. I'll make some comments, help your algorithm. So I am a subscriber. What flavor is this honey? Honey flavor. So this is summer honey, so it's everything from the spring, because I've uncapped some spring honey that I didn't pull, all the way through summer. So you starts out with maple, autumn olive, mostly autumn olive, gets into honey locust, and then the blackberry starts. A lot of my crimson clover and white clover will start, bigger clover, Acelix clover stuff I have planted. Then you get into the tulip poplar, linwood trees, sumac will start blooming, sourwood, back into things. And there's other things obviously blooming, like the Dutch clover and stuff through that. You have the dandelions much earlier. I'm telling you the major nectar sources. So this is a combination of all those. That darker honey, a lot of that's darker because of the tulip poplar, but that's actually not as dark as what we bottled last night, because there's quite a bit of spring honey in there. So there's like an amber colored honey in there. So a lot of this is almost a springtime mixed in with some summer, but that's an amber colored honey you're looking at. The honey that I was doing earlier, if you watch some of the videos, is much darker. Much darker. Actually, it's funny you should say that. I'm going to do this right now. So I'm going to make a video here on my phone. So hey guys and gals, we're back. We're on the last frames for the evening, Saturday evening. The last box we just uncapped and are having spun is more of an amber colored, more like a spring honey. So some of those will be coming out in the bottles. Still got some summer mixed into it, but this is going to be a little bit more of a menagerie. But if you notice, the honey's not as dark as it has been previously of summer honey. So this last box was probably one of the boxes I did not pull from the spring, and it's got some spring honey. So I'm live right now. Daddy Paul's on here, Texas Beekeeper's on here right now. I'm making a video but live streaming at the same time on my iPad. Alec Carroll's on here, Daddy Paul's on here, I may have mentioned his name. Several other people probably not spoken up there, might still be on, but we're just having a good time chilling and relaxing, and I want to add this to my harvest video. So we've got right now the entire capping, our bottling tank is full to the rim, put the lid on, strapped it down for Mrs. EC tomorrow. Capping tank's 3/4 of the way full. We've got another probably 3 to 4 boxes tomorrow, maybe 5. We'll see what we end up pulling, and then we're going to be calling it a year for 2023. So keep staying tuned, and we'll see what we end up with. But beautiful amber colored, pulling late in the summer. It's July 8th or 9th, 8th I think, and we got some spring honey it looks like coming, or maybe late spring. That's what it looks like here. But hey, keep watching. Let's finish this harvest video out. There we go, guys. So I made another video there, but I want to do a harvest video, so you guys got some shout outs there for that. We got some honey coming down the pipe. It's running now. I got a lot of videos to catch up on where I've been doing this. I haven't been able to watch a lot. See how many people still watching. 5 still watching, it says. Yeah, you don't have a wildfire taste for sure. So Texas Beekeeper, you look like you picked up some subscribers here. That's great. Yeah. Have other good if you can't sleep. There you go. Yeah, actually honey, natural pure nectar-based honey. So Texas Beekeeper, here's something I've been doing. I haven't started. How much are you charging for honey? So Allie, for a 12-ounce half-pint bottle, I'll be getting $8, and it's in plastic. I can ship it. So you can get your spring and the summer both that way. If I've got any spring left, I got to really look and see. I got a few orders I got to ship out already. But you can get some of this beautiful summer honey. This obviously spring honey coming out. I don't know if it'll get mixed in or not. What's coming out right now into this particular container. The wife could always probably wait till the bottling tank's empty before she dumps this in there. But or she can try and bottle some of it directly out of the pot too. That's always an option. We've done that before a few times. A little messy, but it works. But yeah, if you want some Allie, we can ship it to you. I can ship a 1 bottle for $5. If I ship 2 bottles, 2 to 3 bottles, I think it's $8 shipping. So if you buy like 3, and I send it in a priority mail flat rate bubble Tyvek, which works out great, sent to a lot of people. You can get 3 bottles for $24 and $8 shipping for $32. So for $32, you can get a pint and a half, which is about the going rate, and that includes your shipping. So that would be the best. That's what I would recommend, to get 3 bottles of 8 ounce. They're 12 ounce. 3 12-ounce half pint bottles. Maybe you have 2 summer and 1 spring. Priority mail would be, the $8. So you're looking at 8 times 4 is 32. So for $32, friends and family, PayPal or Venmo, we can send you 3 bottles out, my friend. I'm personally excited, as my first attempt to make mead will be ready soon. So I have mead made from last year. The guy lives about 2 hours north of me, and we've not met up for me to get it yet. So I haven't tried it, but I need to get him some more, see if he wants to make some this year. We're going to try cream honey. I've never made it before. Let me know how it goes. I have to watch your video on that. Make sure you made it. Okay, so Allie, let me type it in. Here's PayPal. And then listen, send it friends and family. And this is also my email, but email me your address to make sure I've got your right address on file. I know you've bought from me before, like in the coin auctions and stuff. But I can send you 3 bottles. And so don't put anything in the notes on the PayPal, okay? Send it friends and family, $32. Send me a separate email to this same email address. So send $32 to that ctabmtavern@aol.com for PayPal, okay? If you need Venmo, I can give you that. So here's my Venmo, if you like it. Same thing, $32. I can ship it out Monday, okay? Send you out 3 bottles. But send me the email, that same email, ctabmchadwick@aol.com, and make sure I've got your correct address, and put in there for 3 12-ounce honey bears, half pint honey bears. And it's plastic. We wrap it in bubble wrap. We send it out in a Tyvek. I've got some already that came in. So the first one's PayPal, email. The second one is my Venmo address. And that'll cover your shipping. There's no tax added because you're out of state, out of my state. And we will send you some beautiful, wonderful ECP honey, just like you're seeing is coming out of the spout right now. People like Daddy Paul attest that it's some wonderful honey. We've been God's blessed us with some wonderful nectar sources here. It is truly an amazing tasting honey. The spring, the early spring, the late spring, the summer, they're all good in their own right. But there's some honeys I don't like. But I have yet to, honestly, I'm not just saying it to this mind, I've yet to have a honey from this area, at least from my area that I'm bottling from, or my bees are working, that I did not like. We don't have any of that nasty rhododendron stuff. We don't have any of that, mountain laurel you got to worry about, none of that stuff. I basically already told you what my bees are working, plus I've got planted, but I think you'll be very, very pleasantly surprised. Okay, so there's my information there. I hope that helps, my friend. I hope that helps. Man, that's some thick stuff. Look at it go. I'm ready to stick my finger in there just to have a big gob of it. But that wouldn't be sanitary, so I would never do that. Listen, it make me want to think about creaming some honey now. Mike Berry made me some and sent me some. It was pretty good. I may have to look into that. I may have to watch your video, and I can always cream some later. And I like the idea of making lip balm too. I'd like to try that one day. But I want to keep on enjoying this beekeeping sideline hobby, whatever you still want to call it, to try some of those adventures like lip balm and making some more different types of candles and maybe making some cream honey. And I haven't got to taste my mead yet. My buddy made the mead. I haven't tried to do that on my own yet. But should be some pretty good stuff. I need to get with him. I need to drive up there one weekend to north of me and around Parkersburg, Marietta, and get that mead from him and drive back. Me and my wife can always stop and have lunch up there. It'd be a lot of fun. I think I may reverse this thing some now. Let's try reversing. All hands on deck here. Oh, my back is starting to feel it. All right, let's see if we can flip this. We'll put it in reverse. So I was talking to a guy today that has a real big, nice, more expensive and nicer extractor than I have. And he doesn't have the reverse. He can't go forward and reverse, which surprised me. So we're going back on now. We're changing directions. So this hopefully gets the last bit of honey out of that. So now we've went to different directions. We're still spinning radially. So it's a radial spinner in the medium frames. So you don't have to flip them. So Allie, did you get that information, I hope? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Allie or Ollie? Ali or Allie? So if it's Allie, let me know if I'm doing that right. And if it's Ali, or something like that. My wife makes the lip balm. See, I think that's what my wife can do. She does hot cocoa, peppermint, cinnamon roll, pumpkin pie, lavender, creamsicle. Oh, listen, I've got to get some from you. All right, you got to tell me, get me up a package. I definitely want some of the creamsicle. I want to try the cinnamon roll, maybe the hot cocoa for the winter. Oh, that sounds good. I think I want to try the creamsicle, the cinnamon roll, and the hot cocoa. So let me know how much it is. I like that creamsicle. I want 2 or 3 of those because my girls are going to grab it. That's what's going to happen. My girls are going to grab it. So probably, how much are they each? I could always have you ship them in a small flat rate box. Is she already making it? Already has it, or be making it soon? You can always see. You've got my email address. I just put there. Send me an email with the flavors she has and the prices, and I'd like to order some from you. And Texas Beekeeper, if you haven't figured it out now, the flat rate Tyvek bubble envelope is no limit on the weight. You can get several, 3 or 4 plastic bear bottles in there, plastic bottles, 1-pounders. Yes, I've never shipped glass. And wrap it up in bubble wrap and fit it right in there. I'll make it like a football and only ship it for like $8-9, especially if you use pirate ship. It says it should be Chris Chadwick on PayPal. Chris Chadwick. So you see CTADM Chadwick. It's everybody's first initial in the family, and then Chadwick at AOL.com. Yeah, so that is the best way to ship, and it ships at priority mail 2 to 3 days. But it's a bubble envelope, and you can't tear those Tyvek things open. You just wrap them up, and you take down the lids good on the bottles, and then wrap them up in bubble wrap and slide them in that bubble bag, and it ships great. It's only like $8-9. If you use pirate ship, you just put an app on your phone or an app on your iPad if you're using those, or on the computer. That pirate ship will save you a bunch in shipping, and you print the labels right there at your house and take them on. It saved me a fortune. Try pirate ship, literally, PIRATE ship. A couple buddies told me about it, and it saves me like 20% on shipping, and I pass that savings on to my customers. So the Tyvek USPS, I think it's a large bubble, 9.5 by 11, I think it is. Envelope, bubble wrap envelope, Tyvek, and man, you can't really tear that thing open. Yeah, no worries. I think we're getting great tips, but I definitely want to get some lip balm from you. Please let me know. And if you send me an email, Texas Beekeeper, I'll get you my cell phone number. We can talk about text message and stuff too. Since I think I found another beekeeping friend there. You got, like the channels are about the same size. I think I'm at 2,400. We're one of the smaller channels. We got to stick together, my friend. Help promote each other's channel. Maybe we do a live stream together and have you on and talk like this. I can start a live stream and invite you over and do that now without having to do Streamlabs or anything. So I haven't tried that yet, but I know it's something you can do. I'm glad you stopped in tonight. Look at that big hunk of wax. Can you see that? Wow. It's all coming out now. Log jam. It's starting to spin out more. That's going to be doing that all evening there. So 5 frames basically in there. But yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm very, very happy with the Hilco Enduro. It's the right size for me, at the right number of hives. We sound like we're about the same size in honey production. This has worked well for me. You know, and if I kept my honey hotter, it wasn't as thick, I'd have been done a lot quicker too. So I'm going to take your tip on that. Keep the boxes outside if I can to keep them warm. You know, be nice if I had just a room I could lock them up in. See, my garage is even air conditioned. I could turn the vents off in the garage, but then I got carried all the way up the steps. I don't like that. These things are too daggone heavy. Might error to do I'm pretty slow internet. Gotcha. Well, sometimes just do it off your phone too. It might work. Chris, that's right, Allie. Did it work? Chris Chadwick, CHRIS is right. I can look my PayPal here. Let me see if I've got anything. You said PayPal or Venmo? I think you were doing PayPal, weren't you? Checking my PayPal while I got you online here. And that's the same thing. You can send me an email and give me your shipping address. So I don't see it yet. I see one from there. His son sent his phone bill. Okay. Let's see. We have time for Starlink. We haven't gotten a shipping notification yet. Oh, there you go. Let me know how that goes. I saw that David Burns is doing. It's out there in Iowa, I think it is, and he's doing Starlink. He was actually one of the pilots for it. It's another beekeeping channel I watch occasionally. He's a little, he's in the selling bee classes and stuff. He's the EAS Master Certified Beekeeper, let you know on a regular basis. Seems like a good guy and everything. Alley Cat. So I did say it right, Alley. I knew that from before. Gotcha. So Allie, did you get the PayPal right? Did you use that email address? CTAB Emma as in mom Chadwick at AOL.com, and it says Chris Chadwick. You can send it to friends and family. The other two lip balm flavors are coconut lime and grapefruit. Ooh, that coconut lime sounds good too. Not a big grapefruit person. Do you know what they run Texas Beekeeper, what she sells a lip balm for? Depending on the price, I'll probably order more or less than quite a few. I don't know what a lip balm sells for. I'm sorry, I don't buy it. My kids and girls buy it. My first name is Christopher. Yep. Christopher Chadwick. That's what my mother calls me, is Christopher. Allie, you've sent me stuff before, I think, didn't you buy some on some of the coin options too in the past? Maybe been months ago or a year ago or something. She sells them for $3 each, I believe. No, you have to send me. I want to buy some. I want to put an order together with you. At $3, I'm going to want probably 10. $30, and then let you send it like in the $8 flat rate shipping box or whatever. It should be like $38. I want to get some of those. Don't do that. So let me talk to my wife. No, we're going to do that. If you don't do that, I'm going to send you something. Oh, you have to send me your address. We'll trade out, but I'm not going to let you give me anything. But I'll trade you. You want to try some of this West Virginia, the hills of West Virginia honey, I can send you some of it. We can just trade out $40 worth of stuff. I'd love to try some lip balm though. My girls would love it. I would love it. But I think I've probably got 2 girls and my wife, and probably 4 creamsicles. What were the other flavors? I want to get like 10 off of this. If she already made it. Probably 4 creamsicles, 2 cinnamon rolls. She can send me an email. 2 hot cocos. So that's 8. And then 2 of those coconut lime. So it'd be 4 creamsicles, 2, 6. It'd be hot cocoa, cinnamon roll, and coconut lime. 2 of each of those. I just ordered 3 bottles. You're good, Alec. Now send me an email with your mailing address and tell me the 3 bottles there. Or just say, right, for 3 honey bears. I don't know what that is in your email there. Say, thanks, Chris. This is Allie Cat, Allie Carroll, and I'd like to, I'm ordered, just sent money for 3 honey bears, and here's my address. Okay, thank you. Yeah, and then you let me know what you want. What I can do with you, Texas Beekeeper, now. You send me those 10, and so that'd be $30, and say $10 for shipping, so $40. So if you want, I can send you some honey bears and do the same thing. If you want honey bears, I can send the plastic honey bears and stuff from there. If you want to go that route. But you're going to have to email me your address. And I'll email you back my mailing address and what I'm asking for. So send an email there. We'll get that. And I'll give you my cell phone too, Texas Beekeeper. We can trade real names and all that good stuff. That'd be great. And we're doing a swap. We can do a honey swap. I think you'll like the honey too. It's some pretty good stuff. I'll label what each one of them is. At this point, I got to see if I got any spring left though. And you might be getting all summer honey, which is magnificent, don't get me wrong. But I only ship plastic, I don't ship glass. Plastic's just so much safer. That sounds great, Texas Beekeeper. I'm glad to have a new beekeeping friend, my friend. What part of Texas are you in, if you don't mind me asking that online? I'm in Huntington, West Virginia, but there's a lot of people with my name, so I'm not worried about that. I used to go work for a company called Dow B. Hickam that was in Sugar Land, Texas. I used to go down there for training all the time. But they got bought out by Mylan Pharmaceutical, which is actually in my state, in Morgantown, West Virginia, by WVU. I agree, my friend. It is nice, and you can't have enough friends in this world. I learned that long ago. One of my good friends taught me. They said that you can never have enough friends. Whew, guys, I'm getting tired. I don't know about everybody else. I'm about ready to call it a night. Just let this thing drain. See what you guys think. But I think we're pretty much good to go here. Let me check the PayPal. Hang on. See if I got it, Allie. Girl. Yep, I got it, Allie. It's showing right up there. And I see your first name. I remember that. Just make sure you send me an email and make sure I've got your right mailing address, please. I don't want to use an old one and not be the right one. I got it, Allie. I've got your PayPal, and I will send you 3 bottles out Monday. So tomorrow's Sunday. They'll go out Monday. I got to send my sister 12 bottles. So I'll pack them up at the same time. I just saw that, Yolanda. Yep. But definitely send me the email because I haven't shipped to you in a long time. I want to make sure I got your mailing address correct. And it saves me going through address books, old address books. But if you don't mind, just do that same email that you just used for PayPal. Central Texas, Burnett County, about an hour and a half northwest of Austin. Okay. So there is a friend of mine. His name's Royce Chadwick, same last name. I'm sure we're distantly related because most Chadwicks are. But he's down in Galveston, Texas, and he coaches the women's basketball team down there, the Islanders. I'm trying to think of what the university's called. He coached up here at Marshall University in Huntington for about 8 or 10 years. And I became good friends with him, did some work as an athletic director and a coach. My daughter played college basketball. But Royce Chadwick is down there. I think he's in Galveston on the coast. And he coaches the Islanders. I don't remember the name of the university. He's on my Facebook. But there's a Chadwick down there. Also not a real common last name. But Yolanda, I got your PayPal. Just send me an email. Make sure I got your mailing address. Put Yolanda and your last name there. And, your mailing address. And I'm going to remember 3 bears. I'm not going to forget it. You can put 3 honey bears. And it will go out Monday to you, my friend, in a priority mail, Tyvex, very well packed package. You may get a few stickers in there too. Your honey is awesome. I sent you an email. Great. So you may have gotten honey from me before then, it sounds like. It is really good. People do carry on about my honey. It's kind of funny because, I mean, all honeys I think are good, but I think it is exceptionally good. I know I'm biased, but you won't believe how many people I get once they try to only buy my honey. I'm like, man, you guys are serious about this. Like, they just love the taste of it. It's definitely good. And people today were talking about how much they love going to peanut butter sandwiches. They were going on and on. I never heard so many people talk about peanut butter sandwiches today at the market. It was crazy. Well, right, you're going to get three half-pint bottles, just bottled this week too. If I got spring, it was just a month ago. So it's all going to be new 2023 honey shipped to you. So enjoy, Yolanda. I hope you like it. But guys and gals, I'm going to call it a night. We've been streaming for, gosh, 9 likes. If you haven't hit that like button, please do so on the way out. But we've been on almost like an hour and a half, I think. And we sure had a good time. And Texas Beekeeper, I look forward to your email. I'll check it tomorrow sometime and I'll respond back. So don't think I'm waiting. But I'm tuckered out. I got to pull more supers tomorrow. And so we'll do, but I will definitely get back to you by Monday when I start working again and checking emails and doing all that good stuff. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. As Jeff Horvath says, keep on watching. You all take care. God bless. ECP saying, thanks for watching. You guys take care. When time flies, when you're having fun. Thank you, Wild Japan. Sounds good, Texas Beekeeper. And is Daddy Paul still on here? I know Allie's still on here. Let's see if Daddy Paul says hi so I can say goodnight to him. He's a diehard ECP fan. Thank you. Hey, thank you. Nice to meet you too, Allie. Nice to meet you, Texas. You guys take care. Daddy Paul, if you're in here, have a good evening. He may have hit the hay already. You guys take care. ECP, over and out.